Welcome everyone. We're here today to share Tide's journey of innovation and transformation. Founded in 2015 and having launched our first product in 2017, Tide is leading digital business banking challenger with 10% market share. But Tide isn't just a financial services platform. It's a vision brought to life, aimed at revolutionizing how businesses manage their finances, saving them time and money. We've grown to serve two dynamic markets, the UK and India, and we're proud to help a diverse range of members with a unique business needs. Our dedicated team, spread across multiple offices and remote locations, shares a common purpose: to drive Tide's vision forward. The purpose of our gathering today is to share a pivotal turning point in our journey, our shift to Flutter. This change was more than just a strategic decision. It accelerated our mission and paved the way for fresh opportunities. Are you ready to join us on this journey? Excellent. We, your hosts today, will introduce ourselves shortly. But first, let's take a closer look why Tide needed this big change.
On the path to fulfilling the mission and the vision of the company, we faced a number of challenges, which may not sound that different from those of many other companies out there. Aiming for global expansion, we wanted to enter a new market in a new country or region with the minimum effort and cost possible. That means being able to quickly and effectively implement any new changes, develop fast prototypes that we could easily reuse in the final product, quickly integrate with third-party providers specific to new markets, and also overall minimize the cost of delivering a new feature. Whereas our current product was not built with such flexibility in mind. User experience, APIs and third-party integrations were tightly coupled to the UK market as the first one where our product was launched. Also, it's worth mentioning that we are talking only about mobile applications here. The company products include the web version and internal members management tools, all using the same backend and databases. And thus, we were aiming to minimize the number of change requests to other teams caused by this migration. So we are here to share our experience in solving these challenges by transforming the team, switching technologies, and creating a new successful product.
Now allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yorgos, your guide for today's journey. In my professional life, I wear many hats. I'm a technologist, deeply fascinated by the power and potential of technology. I'm a software engineer, passionate about crafting solutions that drive change, and above all, I'm a servant leader, committed to fostering growth and success in my team. Today, I have the privilege of serving as the VP of Engineering at Tide. My journey with Tide began early on in April 2017 when I came on board as a lead iOS engineer. Back then, I was the 9th engineer and the 25th employee overall. It's been an incredible journey of growth and learning since then. We scaled from a lean team of 25 to a dynamic global workforce of more than 1,500 people, and I've been fortunate enough to play a part in that transformation. One of the most significant chapters of my journey at Tide has been leading the Flutter transformation. From the first stage of the idea to the final steps of implementation, I've had the opportunity to guide and shape this process from beginning to an end.
And I am Anna, mobile development expert passionate about quality software from Ukraine. I am Google developer expert in Dart and Flutter and a Women Tech Makers ambassador. I regularly talk at tech conferences like this one and create articles on software development topics. Follow me on social media to get notifications about my latest work. I joined Tide company as a senior staff engineer about a year and a half ago by Yorgos' invitation. And it was a very lucky moment for both me and the company. They had already made a decision to transition to the Flutter technology, but hadn't yet started a full-speed migration. This gave me a perfect opportunity to build the product almost from scratch, be part of the core decisions like the project architecture, processes, and automation, and also help to grow the team's expertise in the technology. And that's what I will talk more about later in this session.
As we embarked on our journey at Tide, we envision ourselves as a global player in the financial services landscape. Our primary business objectives were clear and ambitious: Firstly, we aim to enter new markets, broadening our horizons beyond the UK, and we wanted to do this with minimum effort and cost. Our aspiration was to make our platform accessible to businesses across the world, leveraging the power of globalization. Secondly, we wanted to ensure that we could adapt swiftly to changes in UI/UX requirements. In the fast-paced world of financial services, the ability to respond promptly to user feedback and market trends is key. We needed to be able to make these changes with ease, speed, and efficiency. A third objective was to quickly deliver minimum viable products, MVPs, that followed a principle of reusability. We recognized the importance of being agile, of testing and iterating on our product offerings quickly, but we also understood that for this to be sustainable, our MVPs needed to be built on a foundation of reusable components. Lastly, and importantly, we were committed to minimizing the cost of delivering new features in a competitive landscape. Efficiency in feature delivery can often be the difference between success and stagnation. However, despite these clear objectives, we face significant roadblocks. Our current architecture, the backbone of our platform, was not designed to support our global ambitions. It was UK-centric, built to cater to a single market, and this presented a multitude of challenges. The first hurdle was internationalization. Our architecture wasn't originally designed with that in mind. This limited our ability to swiftly adapt our platform for new markets. It restricted our global flexibility and made market expansion a time-consuming and costly affair. Our APIs were also designed around the UK market and our partners there. This constraint further impeded our international adaptability and responsiveness. The user journeys and workflows, the bread and butter of user experience, were tailored specifically to UK. This made it difficult for us to cater to the unique needs and expectations of members in different regions. Even our third-party integrations, the external services that augment our platform, were UK-centric. These integrations, while extremely effective in the UK, often have had limited usability in different regions. In essence, we were attempting to achieve global objectives with a local mindset, and this was embedding our progress. We acknowledged that if we wanted to realize our global ambitions, we needed to overhaul our approach and our architecture.
So our ambitious goals and the roadblocks we encountered required a fundamental shift. A change not only in our tools, but also in our mindset. And during this migration, we expected to achieve specific outcomes that would accelerate our business growth and strengthen our engineering capabilities. First, lead time to market optimization. Simply put, we wanted to increase our speed and roll out our products faster, reach our customers quicker, and adapt to new markets at speed. This is fundamental in the constantly evolving financial services landscape, where speed often equals success. Secondly, optimizing for engineering capacity. This means being able to do more with less in terms of resources, but more in terms of results. We wanted to empower our existing team of native mobile developers to build, iterate, and deploy faster and more efficiently. By adopting a unique cross-platform framework, we aimed to remove redundancies, simplify our process, and maximize productivity. And last but not least, achieving feature parity between platforms easily. Our goal was to ensure a seamless and consistent experience on both mobile platforms. In essence, our migration was driven by the desire for speed, efficiency, and consistency. It was a strategic move, an investment for the future to become the global player we aspired to be.
As we faced the pressing need to modernize our technology stack, we explored various possibilities. We considered extending our existing native stack for each platform, examining the potential of cross-platform technology, Flutter, but also analyze Kotlin multi-platform, which will allow us to share non-UI parts between iOS and Android. We put these three through the crucible of our key objectives: lead time to market optimization, engineering capacity optimization, and achieving feature parity between iOS and Android with ease. After a comprehensive comparison, Flutter emerged as the winner. Its robust cross-platform capabilities that enable a single codebase to be shared across multiple platforms presented a clear advantage. It met our objectives more effectively and seemed promising to accelerate our engineering productivity and decrease effort. In the next phase, we had to decide on the project type. We could either work on the existing infrastructure, a brownfield project, or build on a fresh ground, a greenfield project. The brownfield approach would mean working with the constraints of a current tech stack, while the greenfield approach will provide us the freedom to build from scratch, unshackled by legacy constraints. We chose the greenfield approach. There were compelling reasons for this. Firstly, we needed to launch an alpha product in India rapidly. Secondly, we didn't want to introduce complexity to our existing product. Lastly, our current tech stack wasn't ready for globalization, as we discussed earlier, and localizing it would require more effort than starting afresh. This made greenfield the clear choice. Executing a transformation at this scale isn't simply about choosing the right technology or project approach. It's about navigating change, managing uncertainty, and engaging the people who will be affected by these decisions. We understood that to make this transition successful, we needed to actively manage business expectations. Aligning stakeholders was our first step. We laid out our vision and the potential of this change. We explained the impact it will have on our product in the short term and how it positioned us for success in the long term, and we were open about the risks and discussed our plans to mitigate them. We painted a clear picture on the journey ahead. But we didn't stop there. We knew that understanding promotes commitment, so we maintained a continuous dialogue with stakeholders. We explained that our initial focus will be launching the alpha product in India, a decision that will allow us to learn and adapt before introducing these changes in the UK. We also highlighted the effort and patience this transformation will require, and the crucial role every stakeholder will play in it. Getting buy-in for a major change isn't just about securing initial approval. It's about consistently championing the vision and the benefits of the transformation. We knew that understanding and embracing Flutter wasn't going to be an overnight transition, and we made sure to evangelize the change continuously within the organization. We organized educational sessions, discussed its merits in team meetings, shared success stories, and encouraged curiosity about Flutter. This active evangelization helped us maintain momentum and foster a positive attitude towards the change across the organization. Finally, we presented a high-level roadmap that retained our agility. We knew there were still many unknowns, and we needed the flexibility to respond effectively to them. We were transparent about this, emphasizing that this roadmap was our guide, not our constraint. This clarity and openness helped us align the organization and effectively manage expectations. As we move to the next section, let's remember that none of this would have been possible without the right team in place. In our journey, we not only managed to assemble a great team, but also create an environment that fostered learning and growth. This, as I will explain next, was instrumental in our success. Building the right team for this transformation was critical. Our initial step was to ensure everyone felt involved and understood the importance of what we were embarking on. We included our senior engineers in the research and decision-making process, giving them a sense of ownership and responsibility towards this initiative. We wanted to cultivate an environment of excitement and opportunity, so we discussed the potential impacts these transitions could have on an individual career growth. It wasn't just about the company's growth, but also how this could enhance their skills, allowing them to venture into an emerging and promising technology, Flutter. We're not just changing our tech stack, but shaping our team's future. In this exciting new phase, it was essential to provide the right resources and learning opportunities. The more our team knew about Flutter, the more they became enthusiastic about the transition. We provided unlimited resources for learning Flutter, enabling our engineers to explore and learn at their own pace. We also offered an experimental playground, a safe space where they could explore, innovate, and learn from the mistakes without fear. Some even got the opportunity to work directly on the new Indian Alpha product, a first iteration of the next generation universal client. As our team became more comfortable with Flutter, we brought in external Flutter experts. They not only helped us accelerate our learning curve, but also consulted us on our architecture and technical solutions. Their expertise was invaluable, and their insights helped us avoid potential pitfalls. To further bolster our team's competence, we started hiring externally for Flutter expertise. At the same time, to ensure the internal team's growth and learning continues, we introduced our very own internal Flutter Academy. This learning initiative was designed to help our engineers master Flutter and Dart in a structured and supportive environment. By embracing change, our team didn't just transition from native to Flutter, they evolved into a highly skilled, motivated and unified Flutter powerhouse. And speaking for our Flutter Academy, let's delve into how we structured this internal initiative and how we supported transformation journey. Driving the adoption of Flutter across our team was a challenging yet exciting journey, with the understanding that the shift to a new technology is more than just learning a new language. We established the Flutter Academy, an internal initiative focused on accelerating the upskilling of our engineers. The Academy's mission was clear: to empower our engineers with Flutter proficiency, thus forming a strong internal backbone of experts in the technology. The goal was to cultivate not just skill, but also enthusiasm for Flutter. To build a culture of continuous learning and knowledge sharing, we established a Flutter community of practice. We saw this as an integral part of the learning journey, providing a platform for engineers to share their insights, discuss challenges, and collaborate on innovative solutions. Alongside this, we also created a Flutter study group on Slack, a channel that encouraged real-time collaboration and learning. Our engineers could now easily exchange tips, clarify doubts, and share useful resources. To ensure a systematic and productive learning journey, we structured the Flutter Academy around a well-defined roadmap, the Flutter Upskill Roadmap. This roadmap wasn't just a checklist of skills to acquire, but rather a comprehensive guide that provided our engineers with a clear path to Flutter proficiency. It allowed them to gauge their progress, identify areas of improvement, and set personal goals. And it wasn't all theory and no practice. We also wanted our engineers to get their hands dirty with Flutter. So we created 2 internal applications, intended to be the playgrounds for our engineers to experiment, make mistakes, and most importantly, learn. This hands-on experience was invaluable. It gave our engineers the confidence to take their Flutter skills from the practice environment to real-world projects. The outcome? We built an enthusiastic, skilled, and very resilient Flutter team from the ground up. The Flutter Academy played a crucial role in our successful transformation. It was more than a learning initiative. It became a beacon of our commitment to continuous learning and excellence. With a competent and passionate Flutter team in place and a culture of continuous learning established, we are ready to face the next challenge: building a scalable architecture that will support our ambitions. Now, I'd like to hand over the baton back to Anna, who was instrumental in shaping the future of our product with her extensive knowledge, but also unwavering commitment to excellence. Over to you, Anna, for a deep dive into our architectural journey.
Thanks, Yorgos. Indeed, at early stages of the migration, our main challenge was to organize our code base and set up the fundamentals of a scalable and maintainable architecture. At Tide, we had a team of over 40 engineers, divided into 8 sub-teams, each possessing valuable domain knowledge in their respective areas like invoicing, credits, onboarding, payments, and so on. This vast pool of knowledge and experience accumulated over the years was our strength. And just as Conway's law predicts, our organizational structure was reflected in the codebase, with each sub-team being responsible and most knowledgeable in one area of the codebase. Additionally, with the diversity of our team also came different levels of familiarity with the new technology. Some engineers were just starting their journey with Dart and Flutter, while others had already gained experience through Flutter Academy and personal initiatives. So we had strong requirements for the project architecture. It had to be highly scalable and make the team of our size and structure efficient. And yet it had to be within reasonable limits of complexity, so engineers of different backgrounds could contribute without feeling intimidated. In addition, it had to remain maintainable and consistent over time. To meet these requirements, we came up with what we call the Lego architecture. Imagine a Lego set. Each distinct brick, with its own purpose, comes together to create something more significant and complex through a well-known standard interface. That's exactly what we did within our codebase, taking a package-by-feature approach to the extreme. Each small feature is encapsulated in its own package with only certain standard connection points exposed. And just like a Lego brick, it can smoothly integrate into the rest of the project. This allowed us to isolate changes and avoid responsibilities and merge conflicts between different subteams. For more tech detail, check out our Writing Flutter Apps in Lego Style talk from the Flutter Vikings conference. So this is how we answered the scalability and complexity challenge. Now, to ensure consistency across different teams and the maintainability of our project, we used multiple techniques. Our first strategy was to create a robust, reusable design system. It included a collection of atoms, meaning colors, fonts, primitive widgets. Additionally, it contained molecules, complex UI elements composed of atoms. On top of that, we used atoms and molecules to create the whole screen templates that could be customized to meet the needs of a particular user flow. Creating under 20 templates allowed us to cover around 70% of all application screens. You can get a deep dive into this approach in our presentation at the Flutter Global Summit. Next, we leveraged the power of code generation to maintain a uniform package structure and handle everyday tasks like navigation, localization, dependency injection, and API requests in a consistent way. I shared more about this in my Fun with Code Generation talk at the Flutter Vikings conference. Check it out once the recording is available. Keeping everyone in sync was crucial. Our entire mobile engineering team had to be aligned on the approaches we take to the development because, despite the Conway's law, after all, we are creating a monolith product. So we developed a culture of mutual help and knowledge sharing where every team member can review and approve PRs no matter what part of the project it affects, and can suggest changes and improvements to any part of the codebase. We also created detailed documentation describing many aspects of the architecture and codebase organization, and held regular back-to-basics meetings. These sessions were opportunities to refresh the fundamentals and address new questions. We also hosted boring shows with live coding sessions inspired by the Flutter's team's own YouTube series. So that's in essence how we approached the project architecture and the knowledge sharing within our team. Having this solid foundation, we kept optimizing our processes, aiming to develop our product in a lean and iterative way. Firstly, we took a lean approach and focused on implementing successful paths first. Instead of getting caught up in every potential scenario or edge case from the get-go, we focused on the core user journeys that bring the most value, leaving the least common scenarios for later stages. Secondly, we prioritized getting to a beta-ready UI quickly, keeping polishing everything to a production-ready shine for later. We wanted to have a working, testable product that we could put in front of our internal users as quickly as possible, even if it wasn't 100% perfect yet. We were aiming to make it work first and then make it look beautiful. Lastly, we made the conscious decision not to do any other migrations. This meant not getting sidetracked by tasks like nice improvements to the UI from the design team, or requests to change the UX from the product team, or using a different set of APIs from the backend team. While it sounded reasonable to include such changes, since we are building a new product from scratch, it could significantly slow us down because such changes would require additional back-and-forth communication and approvals from the business side. It was all about keeping a focus laser sharp and not spreading ourselves too thin. Great, now let's discuss how we approached automation. Thankfully, we didn't have to start from scratch. Our team already had a solid culture of automation, and we made sure to reuse existing solutions whenever possible, like automatic distribution of builds. We have set up automated checks that run on every pull request. This included code quality gates. We used an extensive hand-picked list of static analysis rules that we applied from day one and made zero linter warnings our mantra. We also continuously automated checks for our internal coding style agreements. We believe that not only the code quality is a developer's responsibility, but also the product quality. Thus, we integrated creating tests into our daily routine, just like writing the production code. While we couldn't afford reaching 100 code coverage due to our tight schedule, we made it a policy that there should be no failing tests. We also had a dedicated QA automation team who spent a good deal of time experimenting with various frameworks for integration testing. Automation also extended to dependencies management, the detection of redundant code, and other routine tasks. It was all about making sure that our work was not only high quality but also efficient and streamlined. All these measures serve to create a culture of quality and efficiency. They ensured that our product was robust and reliable right from the start. Now, with the architecture and code-based management principles, automation and lean processes in place, we reached the point where we were ready to talk about releasing a new version of our product recreated with Flutter to end users. A well-executed release strategy is crucial to ensure a great user experience and uphold the reputation of the product. It also aids in risk mitigation, effective resource management, and allows for easy user feedback, thereby contributing to the successful mobile application launch. For our release strategy, we adopted a ring-based approach. We described 3 user groups, from company employees to beta testers, and with each release candidate build, we would give users from Ring 1 a chance to use and test the app before it becomes available to Ring 2 and then to Ring 3. This was an important step in ensuring that any bugs were caught early and fixed as soon as possible. Even once build was ready to be called a release, we rolled it out slowly, releasing it only to a small percentage of users first. If all went smoothly, the percentage would go up. So the new version would reach 100% of our users in a couple of days after the build was created. Remembering that we already had mobile applications in app stores built with native technologies, we continuously faced the desire of business to add new features to existing products, which would obviously delay the release of this new version recreated with Flutter, because we'd need to repeat the same functionality there. This led us to set a point of no return, a specific release date for the Flutter version, after which we fully committed to this new technology and said goodbye to the old native versions. Currently, we release new versions of our application for Android and iOS simultaneously. But as for the release of the first version of our new product, we decided to adopt only one mobile platform first. This decision allowed us to manage potential user-facing issues effectively without spreading ourselves too thin. Once we had released this new version, we held daily triage meetings, joining efforts to tackle any new issues swiftly. We deliver new versions with fixes and new features to our users on a weekly basis. In essence, our approach to beta testing and release was characterized by thorough testing, careful rollout, and relentless issue resolution. This strategy was instrumental in ensuring that our users had a smooth and enjoyable experience with our new product.
Our journey towards the release of a new product was nothing short of a marathon, but it was one we ran with dedication, resolve, and the unwavering belief that our efforts will lead to something transformative. It brings us immense joy to share that we crossed that finish line, releasing a revamped product without encountering any major hurdles. Now, this wasn't a small feat. Over the course of 2 months, our resilient team tackled and promptly resolved over 800 issues. The enormity of this task was not lost on us, but we remained focused and determined. And the sweetest part of this victory, the smooth migration of the vast majority of our members to the new platform. These are users who woke up one morning, launched the Tire app, and as they normally would, and got about the day, the financial tasks, all without realizing the scale of the transformation that has just taken place under the hood. This seamless transition was a testament to the tireless work of our team and to the effectiveness of our carefully planned and executed migration strategy. Even the hiccups, which were few and far between, were efficiently tackled, ensuring any member impact was minimal and brief. Usually, we resolve this issue within just 1 hour or 2. This is the kind of smooth, behind-the-scenes transformation we're aiming for, one where technology and innovation enhance user experience rather than just disrupt it. In retrospect, it's important to revisit our primary objectives for this project. Did we manage to attain our goals? To answer this, let's reflect on the 3 main objectives we initially set. Improve our lead time to market, optimizing our engineering capacity, and achieve feature parity across both platforms with ease. I'm excited to share that we've not only achieved this objective, but we've also gone above and beyond. Our lead time to market has significantly improved thanks to Flutter's unified codebase. This efficiency has let us build products faster and more effectively, revolutionizing our business operations and allowing us to keep up with the rapid pace of the fintech world. In terms of engineering capacity, the cross-platform capabilities of Flutter have been game-changing. We no longer need to maintain separate teams for iOS and Android, which has streamlined our operations, leading to productivity gains but also cost savings. Also, achieving feature parity across platforms has become considerably easier as well. Most of our code is now in Flutter, which has simplified this process and significantly reduced the effort involved. But we didn't stop at meeting our initial objectives. We've crafted a state-of-the-art product that not only meets our current needs, but also poised to handle future requirements. In summary, the outcomes of our journey to Flutter have been truly phenomenal, surpassing our expectations. And we didn't just hit our targets, we created a foundation for ongoing innovation and growth. But let's take a moment to reflect on the other side of our transformation, the team. I can't express how proud I am of what we've managed to build here at Tide. Our Flutter team has grown into a strong group of over 45 dedicated specialists, a combination of mobile and Flutter experts who have truly embodied the spirit of this transformation. Each member of our team has risen to the challenge, learning and growing with each hurdle we have faced. It's their hard work, the dedication, and the tireless pursuit of knowledge and their commitment to our vision that's led to the success we are celebrating today. The transition to Flutter has not only changed our product and the way we operate, but also has significantly impacted our team structure. We have shifted from segregated iOS and Android to a unified cross-functional team. This transition has eliminated redundancies, streamlined our process, and improved team collaboration and cohesion. A transition to Flutter has also allowed us to unlock new possibilities in our talent acquisition strategy. With the need to hire for specific platforms removed, we have been able to focus on recruiting strong talent who are excited about Flutter without the constraints of needing them to be an expert in a specific platform. In essence, our move to Flutter has been a catalyst of growth. We've gone from strength to strength, both in terms of our product and people. We have reimagined the way we work, creating an environment that encourages innovation, fosters growth, and celebrates success. We're immensely proud of what we achieved and even more excited about our future as we continue on this journey.
Let's look into some of the most important lessons we took from this transformation journey. The first one is the importance of maintaining a laser-sharp focus. With a project of this magnitude, it was easy to be sidetracked or overwhelmed by the sheer amount of tasks to be done. By focusing on a small scope of tasks and not allowing any other migrations to happen at the same time, we could make significant, consistent progress. This not only speeded up our work, but also boosted our morale, as we could see the tangible results of our efforts. The next lesson was the importance of prioritization, identifying high-impact tasks and ensuring that core successful user journeys were done first, helped us stay on track and reach our milestones in a timely manner. We also learned to constantly reassess our priorities as the project progressed and product quality standards were getting higher. And lastly, we learned about the value of having a well-defined process. We found out that clear, open communication across all levels of the team was essential for a smooth transition. We also realized the importance of following a lean, iterative process during product development and the value of well-defined release strategy. This migration taught us the value of focus, prioritization, and process in undertaking a large-scale tech transformation. And let's wrap up by summarizing the key learnings you can take from our journey of transformation at Tide. As for business area, we ensured all stakeholders were on board and aligned, clearly communicating the potential benefits and challenges of migrating to Flutter. Through consistent progress updates, we maintained transparency and fostered trust, which was critical for this significant technological shift. The greenfield approach we followed enabled us to avoid unnecessary complexity and re-implement our product with globalization in mind. As for the team, we focused on upskilling our existing team, providing comprehensive trainings and resources to learn Dart and Flutter. Additionally, we created a supportive environment that encouraged learning and experimentation. Our engineers felt motivated and empowered during the transition. By emphasizing knowledge sharing and collaboration, we were able to maintain high levels of team's engagement and productivity throughout the transition. And as for the tech, despite being a relatively new framework, Flutter proved its readiness for large-scale mobile applications. Throughout our journey, we were able to confirm that Flutter could support our needs for speed, efficiency, and consistency. Its ability to create beautiful, natively compiled applications from a single codebase stood the test, leading to optimized lead time to market, efficient use of engineering capacity, and easy achievement of feature parity across platforms. In essence, the transition to Flutter allowed us to better align our technology with our business goals, improve our team skills and morale, and adopt a tech stack that is efficient, scalable, and ready for the future. I hope you found this journey insightful, and I'm certain these learnings will resonate with you and your teams as you navigate your tech transformations.
And with that, we have come to an end of our presentation today. As we look back on our journey, it is incredible to see how far we've come, from facing challenges with our existing architecture to smoothly transitioning to Flutter, resulting in a more efficient and globally ready product. But none of this would have been possible without the extraordinary efforts of our dedicated teams. Their commitment to learning, adapting, and implementing changes in such a short period of time was phenomenal, and I'm truly thankful for their unwavering commitment. And to everyone here, thank you for your attention and for joining us today as we recounted our journey. We hope that sharing our experience provides you with valuable insights for managing similar large-scale transformations. We welcome your questions, thoughts, and discussion as we continue to explore the endless possibility that technology brings. Let's remember to continually push the boundaries of what's possible, embrace every challenge as an opportunity of innovation and growth. To our team and to each one of you, thank you for joining us today on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you.